Well, it's World Series time, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Boy, Dodgers was whipping that ass for a minute, but the Yankees came back to
last night.
I don't know what's happening tonight, but boy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Yankees are up 3-0, but I am a Dodgers fan. Hope the Dodgers.
Why is that unfortunate? Don't you want to see it go 7 games?
Yeah.
No, I want the Dodgers to sweep it.
Oh, you on that always winning shit. You want one team
7 games.
Well, they ain't gonna sweep. You pass the sweep.
Get past the sweep.
Yeah.
Celebrate in L.A., baby.
But Rev, you being a sportsman.
Yes.
Do you realize? I mean, I was a professional athlete. Do you realize how much money they lose if a team dominates the final series?
Yep.
I understand.
Billions.
A sweep is the worst thing
Can happen in Vegas.
Networks, the advertisers, the ball clubs, because they
the
can share
players.
that money.
But
It's the worst thing in the world that could ever
You got some
fucking
players.
happen.
Some players got an incentive if they go so many games in the playoffs and so many games to the
But
World
the
Series.
advertising alone, they making millions of dollars per game.
Yeah.
Millions of dollars per
But you're
game.
implying that there's a form of dishonesty when it comes to that. They're playing
I'm not
seven.
saying it's dishonest, but I know several, for example, former NBA referees. I'm not saying it's clearly set up, but I asked a couple of them. One of them is a promoter now, a comedy promoter.
Yeah, yeah. I know
ain't
you're
gonna tell
talking
who
about.
he is. But I asked him, I said, man, I see people getting close. This was back in Michael Jordan. I said, people getting close to him, y'all call a foul. And I see him knock the shit out of people, and y'all don't say nothing. No. And this is what he said. He a referee in the NBA.
Yeah.
He said, DC, we making twice as much money since Michael Jordan came in the league as we made before. These are referees talking.
Right.
Oh,
You think we gonna let them hurt him?
But that same referee, DC, that same referee you talked to, I talked to him. He said, we hate to call fouls and penalties and technical fouls. He said, because we got to sit up every night and watch every play and report back to the league. He said, so we do not want to call those.
And
because we sit up all night long.
And you can say what you want.
And every referee got to tell his angle, where he was standing at, what he saw.
Yeah.
And he said, I went to his house.
I've
You seen his house?
seen.
You
Yeah,
seen
I've
him do
been
that?
in there. I've been
It's
in there.
glass.
I've been in there.
It's beautiful.
I've seen where the superstars really should be thrown out the game, but they ain't gonna throw them some bitches out the game.
No, I agree with that.
They let them stand. They not gonna throw them out. Now they throw somebody else out, but they ain't throwing. You ain't throwing Michael Jordan out no game.
And then you even got it where you can have some of the lesser players that they'll be in on the play and they'll be like, it was my foul, it was me. And then star player don't really even get the foul. I'm like,
But did you see the game when the football game when the guy the Rams when he put his face mask in the end zone? See, a lot of people say that kind of stuff is on the bettors. The referees knowing the spread.
All you gotta do is cover the referee. Don't care who
There's
win or
no
lose.
doubt about it.
You just gotta cover the point spread.
But get
The
what?
easiest
Get what the
game.
referee said. They can't stay in the same hotel as the players.
No.
Can't be associated.
No.
Yeah.
The easiest game in the world to fix is boxing. I watched Sonny Liston miss Muhammad Ali by a foot,
Yeah.
and Sonny went down.
Yeah.
It's all about
Phantom
gambling,
punch.
man. They tell you, man, it's all about that
I
gambling.
don't know about that now. I don't know about
I
that
don't give a
now.
damn well you know about now. I'm telling you what I saw with my
I don't know
sober
about that. I
eyes.
saw it too.
Man, they
And
showed
I
that
was
thing
sober,
from
boy.
every
I
angle in
thought-
slow
I
motion.
thought-
Just so
He
I
missed
thought
that
he
much.
was scared.
That much.
I thought he was scared that this
Nah.
nigga gonna kill
He
me.
took a fall, man. It's not the only boxing match I've seen that I presume to have been rigged, but that one was clearly rigged.
Yeah.
I mean, he missed him by a foot, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
So why do you think they was ready to put Cassius Clay as the world champion?
huh?
Why do you think they was ready to put Cassius Clay as the world champion?
Well, in boxing, as in most sports, but particularly in boxing, is usually the radical brother versus the great white hope.
That's true.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali,
Joe Frazier.
Cassius Clay, right, ended up being Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
But after that, the biggest thing was like, boxing, wrestling is an exaggeration of boxing. Because wrestling obviously is all rigged. I mean, you got to be an athlete to do it.
Right.
But it's all rigged. But the thing is to get as close to half of the people on one side and half of the other people on the other side. then you selling tickets.
Let's give
That's
respect.
why Cat Williams versus Steve Harvey sold tickets.
Can we give respect to the wrestling though? These guys are athletes. The things
they're
you see
athletes.
them do,
Yeah.
that is not a normal Joe on the street can do that kind of
No, you
stuff
can't
every
do that.
night. I mean, these guys traveling every night.
Oh, they're athletes, man.
I mean, they're athletes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
But
fixed, but the moves are real.
I mean, it's
moves
orchestrated.
are
It's
real.
orchestrated.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's
orchestrated.
orchestrated.
However,
like a dance.
I have
Yeah.
a problem with them calling it a competitive sport. You competing to see who's in the best shape and all that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
who can draw the most people and all that.
Yeah.
But you're not competing to see. It's already predetermined who's
Yeah.
gonna win.
But
It's predetermined.
it's something to witness.
But what has happened, like in college basketball and stuff, the point spread
Yeah.
matters so much.
Yeah.
Till you can have a guy at the end of the game, he could have a breakaway layup and miss it, and you be like, how you miss that? Duh.
Yeah.
He was 2 points away from the spread.
But hold
not
on,
make
do you think
And they
the-
still won the
Hold
game,
on.
but he won the
Hold on.
spread.
Hold on, let me ask you this: do you think the players is aware of the point spread? Or do
Oh,
you think
some
the
of them,
coaches-
they busted
do you
college
think, hold on,
players.
hold on.
They
Do you think it's the
busted
players
college.
or the coaches?
Well, it's more
I
the
think it
players
could be
than the
both.
coach.
Players, 'cause they buy the
because
players
the
before
coach
the
can
game.
only do so much.
Yeah, one
That
coach-
was the problem with Pete Rose betting
Hold
on
on.
his own team.
Hold on.
Because
He-
even though he was trying to win,
Still
supposedly,
covering the spread.
he could cover the spread,
Yeah.
so he could lose. He could win by one instead of two, and might make $100,000 extra.
Yeah.
Hold on. But you're saying that the players is part of the spread. When the players are trying to get
Basketball.
as many
Basketball.
in any sport,
Okay.
the players are trying to get as many points,
No,
and
sir.
many incentives
No,
that
sir.
they can
Nah.
get.
No,
Nah.
sir.
Nah.
They have
Not if they
busted.
got money on
They
the
have
game.
busted.
Hold on, you said it's actually the player of mine. I'm on a fast break. I'm gonna miss this
Not
shot.
everyone, but there have busted college players
Yeah.
who have been at
That's
the
facts.
hand of gamblers who have said, y'all gonna win this game. This theory now. Y'all gonna win this game, but I need y'all to win it by less than 5. And he got a breakaway layup with 2 seconds to
gonna
go,
trip.
and they winning by 4.
He gonna trip.
He gonna trip and fall or miss the whole damn backboard
he gonna trip
and
and
get
fall.
that money, man. That's a fact, man.
Nowadays,
They have
that's a
busted
fact.
guys.
You
on
can,
it.
they betting on players, so even one player can just be like, you got to have less than 20
But
points.
referees.
They do that in football too, though,
High
Brian.
school basketball in Atlanta.
I would find it hard to believe.
Speaking your mic.
I'm not,
quit.
I'm
I
not
quit.
saying all of them
Police
do it,
had
but
to
yeah.
come and walk us to the car after every game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Now,
read that. Did you wear glasses? Did you wear glasses?
Hold on. He said he was a referee. What game did you think you threw? Did you ever throw a game?
Nah.
Okay.
I wanted
So
to.
I'm saying,
I don't like going
I'm
in
not
overtime.
saying. I'm not saying.
I don't like going in overtime.
I'm not saying all referees. I'm just saying it is a
There's
fact
some,
that it has
yeah.
happened.
Now we had one.
And you'd be a fool to think that it
We had
never
one.
happens now. Now, with the video shit and the replay shit, it's harder to do.
Do it.
Yeah.
I watched the World Series game last night. 4 calls were overturned with the video.
Yeah.
Man.
That
Right.
I saw, and every one of them, when it happened, I said, that man safe. My dad at 98, I was watching with him last night. He said, safe?
Okay, but
And the umpire right there.
Okay, right there. Before the instant replay we got now, back in the day, how hard was it for that referee to make that decision?
Umpire.
That's the umpire to make that
Whatever he
decision.
called, it stands.
How hard was it?
How hard was
It
it
wasn't
him to
hard.
make
What do
that
you mean,
decision?
how hard
It
was
ain't
it?
hard.
What do
Whatever
you
he
mean, how
thought.
hard
I'm
was
saying, but now we got an instant replay.
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
But back then they didn't have that.
No.
So he
Whatever
said
he
yes or
called, that's
no.
where it was at. That's
But
it.
even with instant replay, every now and then they'll look at it, and in football, you still be like,
It don't be right.
They still decided whatever they wanted to.
Now, I'm not saying that overall football, baseball, basketball is set up. I'm just saying there have been cases where it is, and sometimes when you can't understand a call or something, I'll be leery. I'll be like, you know, that ain't. I mean, even down to, and I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but I played baseball. I know for a fact there were some umpires that didn't like me,
Right.
and I knew I had to be swinging.
Right.
Because if it was close,
Yeah.
they're going to try to call my ass out.
Yeah.
So if it was close, if I had 2 strikes, the ball would be 2 inches outside. I got to foul it off or something.
So would you believe that maybe Randy Johnson had a wider strike zone than maybe
Who?
Clemens? Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
So you think they gave him a wider strike zone?
There's no
than
doubt.
those
Now,
other
it's a
guys?
little more difficult now because now they got the box on TV.
Yeah.
But I saw some bad calls last night. Ball an inch outside, an inch and a half.
Any referee can
But
control
can I
the
say
game
this?
at any point.
You can make a subtle difference. And a lot of times in sports, that's all it takes is a subtle difference.
Can I say this?
No.
People don't give respect to enough pitchers in the Major League Baseball. These guys are throwing this ball in point blank range at that kind of speed. People don't know how hard that is, man.
I ain't got no love for them, bro.
But
They
you
work
see,
one day out
you
of
know,
4.
as a hitter, you know,
Everybody else be working. They be playing golf.
Hold on, DC. But you know, as a hitter, back in the day when a guy was throwing 97, 98, 99, he was wild than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know where that ball gonna go. But nowadays, they persist. They throw that motherfucker precisionally where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And as a hitter, you can stand there knowing, I know it's coming 99, but I ain't got to duck every time. It's coming my head, my feet, my ankles.
Normally now,
Yeah.
when you see a guy get knocked down, it was intentional.
Intentional.
On purpose,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's intentional.
Yeah,
I thought he
they
crowded
will
that
throw
plate.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
it.
They back you
plate,
up. They
man.
gonna back him up.
So-
back him up.
Back him up.
Back him
DC,
up.
back when you played, right?
Yeah,
First off, you played white people and black people, right?
mostly white, but yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like no Negro League shit. All right, I need to get that out the way. So I ain't know. whether it was,
My daddy played 15 years in Negro League and 12 years with
No,
white
he
folks.
ain't talking about your daddy. He talking about you.
But I'm saying,
Don't play your daddy up.
I
He
know,
talking
ahead.
about
I know,
you.
like as a young black player playing against white young boys, and I know your style. I could imagine you on the plate with your earring or your chain.
No.
And they like, this nigga here, he ain't. You wasn't like a Ken Griffey of your time, or how like Deion, you had a little chain. You know what I'm saying? Man, like a little Deion of your time. You wasn't on it. You wasn't like right. It wasn't like that.
I was-
You go from the
was-
Get a
Negro
weight
League
ball. Get a
to
weight ball.
gold chains
I
and
was all
earrings.
I was all business, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when I signed with Detroit, Sparky Anderson, I was in the minor leagues, but however it is in the majors, it trickles down. We couldn't even wear hair on our face. We couldn't have no sideburns,
Right.
no mustache.
Oh, it was
no
straight
beard or
corporate,
nothing.
huh?
Yeah.
I heard that.
Straight corporate.
Just
brother.
belly chain.
I ain't had
That's
no
all.
earring.
Belly chain.
This hanging earring, I got it year before last. I got this earring about 3 years ago after my daddy can't see good.
So you had a pass then.
I ain't
He
had
had
no
a belly
jewelry.
chain when he played. He had a belly chain.
I ain't had no jewelry. I was strictly business, brother.
That's what's up.
I was strictly business. So, but I did some things I could tell you.
Was the ball a
crooked.
hard ball, or did y'all wrap it with cotton when you played?
I wasn't in Mississippi.
Cotton baseball.
We played with real baseballs. I played in Canada with real baseball. I played in Mexico. Real baseballs. It wasn't.
So DC.
Okey dokey.
Speaking of baseball, the black community have no baseball.
Yankees got
recreational.
one black player. I mean, the Dodgers got one black
But
player.
I'm saying in
They
the
just look
black
black, but
community
they
now,
are Cubans.
black community now,
Yeah.
you don't see no black baseball facilities in the black neighborhoods.
That's why I like to give a shout out to my boy. I'm gonna get him on next week. Marquise Grissom.
Yes, that's my guy.
That's my boy. He's got a program for young black players, minor leaguers, and he's got a program for younger kids.
Yes, sir.
And so far, Marquise Grissom,
Yeah.
he used to play center field for the Braves. They
Yeah.
won the World Series. He got 5 guys in the major leagues. Now, you
All
may
right.
not
That's
realize
all
the
right.
magnitude of that, but very few people make it to the major. Even guys that sign and go to the minors, like I was, very few make it to the major league. He got 5 guys
That's all
up
right.
there already.
Good job,
That's all right.
Marquise.
Good
DC,
job.
when
Good job.
which decade do you think it changed? Because at one time, baseball's America's pastime. Had a lot of us definitely playing baseball.
Right.
And then some kind of way it just started transitioning more into the NBA.
I'm gonna tell you, man, without sounding racist, it's a sport where because of the minor league system, they can control the numbers.
Yeah.
And usually when I was playing on the minor league teams, you had either 2 blacks or 4 blacks, 2 Latins or 4 Latins. I've seen some good ball players get sent home because they was an odd man out, and on the road they were not gonna have you room with somebody that wasn't your same race.
Wow.
So if it was 5 brothers in spring training that
somebody
should have
gotta
made
go.
the team,
Yeah.
somebody got to go. Didn't matter how good you
Right.
was, somebody had to go. We were going to have 2. So when they called me to the office in 81, no, this is true. They called me to the office in 81. I was rooming in spring training with Pedro Chavez from the Dominican Republic. Didn't speak no English. So I was supposed to be teaching him English, and we would be at breakfast. He'd just be cussing the coach out. Man, fuck you. And he would think he was saying good morning because I had taught him.
Cause that's how you greet his ass in the morning. Fuck you, child.
And so he was saying, and then the coaches would just look at me like and shake their head like DC. But anyway, they called me to the office one morning, spring training, and I got down there at 6 or 7 lawyers, and I'm thinking they fixing to cut me, they fixing to release me.
Yeah.
And they sat down there and they said, how you feel about rooming with a non-black player? I said, what? Is that what this about? They said, how you feel about if you go out and you still have to room with Pedro Chavez? I said, is he a fag? But back then, fag wasn't out. I probably said sissy.
Yeah.
I said, is he a sissy? And they was just like, man, go on out on the field, man. But even that time, that was in 81.
Yeah. Like, no problemo.
They wasn't gonna let they wasn't gonna have a black
black and a
player
brown.
rooming on the road with somebody that wasn't black. They wasn't gonna have a white boy room with somebody that wasn't white. Or a Latin room with somebody.
After the Civil Rights Movement.
And they can control, man. They can control more so in baseball who comes up to the major leagues and who doesn't.
Right.
So I mean, if you make it up there, man, you either freak of nature or these are the breaks. But they definitely have a system. I watched the World Series. It was Mookie Betts. I think he half white or half black. Jay Chisholm. I don't know if he Cuban or black. He can play for the Yankees, but it's overwhelmingly white.
But no, overwhelmingly now. Hispanic, man.
Black Hispanic.
Yeah.
White or Latin.
Right.
Cuban, a lot of Cubans.
Yeah. Cubans and Dominican Republic.
All nationalities other than white and black.
I mean, but a lot of times, man, in a lot of sports, I ain't crying the blues, but if you black,
soccer too.
you got to be better than the best.
Twice.
Yeah.
You can't just be a black genius. You got to be a monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because
Like
there's
Simone Biles. You got to be a monkey,
I
man.
knew he was gonna go there.
Yeah, but because there's lower resources to the black community, that's why we have less black ball players.
Well, that's why we gravitate towards certain sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Basketball, you can have one ball and one goal. Everybody in the neighborhood can play.
Yeah.
Football, hockey, everybody got to have skates. Everybody got to have sticks. You be breaking them. It's expensive. Tennis, the same way. You got to have access to a tennis court.
Yeah.
Baseball is difficult, but football is relatively accessible. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Get a feel in the
because
ball in about
Yeah.
4, y'all.
Yeah.
nigga can run.
Yeah.
Nigga run, nigga run.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Throw, nigga, throw.
Yeah.
But why we never really got gravitated towards soccer, since it's still just one ball. It's a
Soccer
sport
was
where
not
you can kind of be
introduced to American
poor,
sports.
go out to a
I
field
bet
with a
the
gang
numbers.
of people and play.
I bet the numbers for black people in soccer is way bigger than it is in
It
baseball.
is. Because soccer is football. White folks just stole the
Right.
name.
I'm just saying worldwide definitely is big.
Worldwide, yes.
Well, because soccer was introduced later. It wasn't introduced first. Soccer was introduced. One of the last sports introduced to black kids in America was soccer.
Plus, when they asked,
I would say to
when they
America.
asked,
That's an American.
plus when they asked a brother,
Yeah, because in Africa,
plus when they
that's what
asked
they
a
play.
brother
They play
about
football.
about soccer, he think he talking about domestic violence, and he don't want to get caught up in that shit. Did you soccer? No.
Well,
You're
well,
going
I did,
to jail.
I did soccer, mama and I.
No, it's football.
Did y'all see the game last night? Mookie Betts goes over to catch a foul ball.
And
And the fan was hating on it.
Yeah.
And the white folk grabbed the boy's glove and yanked the ball. One of them grabbed one arm, the other grabbed the other arm.
Did they call it an out or did they call it? What did
They called it an out.
It was an out. Okay.
And then they barred the barred
They
the
just,
two
yeah,
boys
walked
for
them
the
out
rest
the
of the
stadium.
game.
They walked them out the
They
stadium.
should
They should have. I mean, that dude
I mean,
made a
that's
heck of a
ridiculous.
play, and they called
Hey,
it.
man,
thing
if that
about
was
it
you,
is-
if that was you, you'd done the same thing. The ball came right.
I tried to climb in the stand and beat the shit out of him.
Exactly.
But the thing about it,
that one.
the thing about that play was, you got Mookie Betts down there, multi-millionaire, and he had jumped up.
Oh yeah, he made a play.
They could have easily broken his wrist,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
and he never recovered.
But you know what?
Exactly.
Remember that World Series where the ball was going into the stands and he had the glove and the white dude caught the ball?
Yeah.
They had to put him in protective custody, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to
But
watch
these
out.
guys
He
grabbed.
talked- that was the
These
Cubs.
guys
He
grabbed.
talked to the World Series.
These guys last night grabbed Mookie Betts' arm and was tearing his glove, trying to get his glove. off.
That was
They
That's-
tore the
that's-
ball out, and the
that's
other guy
ridiculous.
grabbed his other arm when Mookie was
that was
trying
borderline assault. It was almost
Yeah,
assault.
they
They
should have got
Snatched the
arrested.
ball out of
They
his glove.
should have got
Hey, man, but
arrested.
that's World Series.
No.
You had-
No,
you know.
no,
Hey, man,
no.
come
No,
on, man.
that's
Let's
ghetto.
be real,
But
man.
if they'd have just
No.
reached
People
in
gonna
front of
react
the
like
glove, it'd have
I
been
know
okay.
you've been.
No,
I know
that's
you've been.
foolish.
To
Gonna react like
I know
that.
you've been to some B Diddy parties and stuff. But let me tell you, keep your hands
To
on your
yourself.
own balls.
You did-
We'll be back listening to DisRace.